we do actually have close by air positions. GGFight as the Blue Terran against TAVoices. So, predictions. Come on, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, based on the positions, I really have no idea. If it was cross spots, I'd say both would get an early expansion, but I'm not too experienced with TV2, so I'm not sure whether they'll still go for that macro player, or whether one will try to and one will be aggressive, or whether they'll both try to be aggressive to each other. It's hard for me to call. What do you think?
I think honestly, I can see it turning into a macro game, but something I wouldn't mind seeing is obviously a tank push. But what you can do is you can siege up along this area here. I'm just looking at like the north of GGFight's base here. Obviously it can happen to Voices as well. It's just an example. But you can siege up along this line here, and you can pretty much target a lot of the stuff in Fight's base. And you can then also use Medivacs to lift into his base and just go up and down, use this area here, and it's very hard to stop that. And if you don't like prevent him from sieging up in there in the first spot, like have the tower and see him coming and get units there, or tank siege, it can just give you such a great positional advantage there.
Yeah, I can't disagree at all. Siege tanks, it's all about the positioning, and that area looks pretty powerful for siege tanks. Like with the range that they have, it's 13 range. It covers a lot of area.
Voices here actually walling off. We talked about this in the game before, I think it was. I don't think this is a great idea, to be honest with you. I mean, the only thing this is good for is if you're going for like a greedy build. If you're like, okay, I'm going to expand on one Rax, and you really just don't want him walking into base and killing you. But you can put a bunker there instead, and but the problem is, like I said though, if you can get vision up that ramp, you can actually kill off those buildings, and that can put you far behind.
Yeah, I think what Voices might be trying to do with this wall off is deny scouting. He really doesn't like it when his opponent sees what he's doing. So
Okay.
That's what I think he might be doing it for. So I mean, now in his head he's thinking, okay, now I can go for another Rax or another 2 Rax or a CC, and Fight won't know what I'm doing. And he's getting a factory actually.
Oh.
And now in his head, unless Fight scans, they're not going to know. And Fight's getting a factory as well. So
Voices has just run an SCV, past 2 Marines. They both could have killed it, and he's just run it straight in, got a perfect scout. He's seen the second refinery go down, he's seen the factory being built. So Voices here, slight advantage to start with. Just checking the visions there, you can see Fight has not seen anything at all, at even the supply depots, whereas Voices on the other hand has seen absolutely everything. So slight advantage there. Obviously it's not going to win the game for him yet, but who knows. But yeah, reactor for Voices going down on the barracks, so possibly Marine play, maybe even want some Helions.
Yeah, absolutely. And Voices is actually getting a reactor as well, so the starport's coming down now for both of them. They're both going mirrored builds. I'm assuming Cloaked Banshee, due to the tech lab going down on the factory.
I'm not sure.
But,
I'm not sure.
It could be a Raven.
It could be just siege tanks. That's the other thing. And we'll find out in a second here if he just starts using this factory, or if he's going to swap it.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yeah, getting a tank. So, no cutesy play to start here. It's just going for a basic 1-1 build.
Interesting. I've never actually seen this. I've always seen the buildings do the old switcheroo while the tech lab's gone up with the starport being built. So a Viking coming out from Voices now, and a Medivac from Fight. So now we're starting to see some deviation in the builds.
Yeah, my question will be: will he swap over this Rax here for the starport? Will he get the reactor for the starport and use the Rax to make it, or does he want more Marines? I don't know, to be honest with you. Siege Tech coming out for Voices right now. No Siege Tech yet for Fight, but even if he gets it soon, he shouldn't have a pretty much big issue with it. But still in one base. A scan actually goes down for Fight, so there you go. Needs to see what's going on.
And yes, a scan from Voices as well at the same time.
Both players obviously so good, they realise when they need to scan each other. Siege Tech just starting now for Fights. And Voices are halfway done. So if he can get this timing correct, he might actually be in a good position for this. Viking here just scouting over. Voices looking to pick some stuff off. A lot of Marines though. Whoa, taking damage there.
Yeah, very, very, very razor's edge with that Viking there. If Stim were done, that Viking probably may not have lived that.
At least would have taken more damage, but he's on half health. Looks like Fight is pushing forward here. He's got, looks like 9 Marines and a tank here. 2 Marines and extra tank following that up behind. Where's Voice's units? In his main.
Yeah, surrounding his command center.
I think he thinks there's a drop coming. He's going to siege up in this spot here I was talking about. Or just, it looks like he will. This is strong. This is very strong. This is going to be really hard for Voices to shut down, because obviously there's sight now. It's going to come down to the siege pretty much. Siege tech is done. It's actually not sieged up. He's just going to attack into this with unsieged tanks. Viking does land here, and it looks like he will hold this off with some good micro there.
That was very, very entertaining to watch. I actually thought that would have worked better for Fight, to be honest with you, though.
I think his tanks did not have siege yet. I believe he did not quite have siege, and thus, yeah, if he had that sieged up there at the bottom there, he would have just completely destroyed that, honestly. I must have missed that. I'm surprised Voices didn't siege himself. He saw it coming. He could have sat back here. But yeah, it worked out for him in the end. Oh, I'm wrong sometimes. Sue me, Del. Anyway.
I was wondering if you saw that.
I did see that. Del. I'm right most of the time. There you go. Some casters are like, the Terran's going to win this, and the Zerg wins clearly. So
don't feed the troll, buddy. Don't feed the troll.
I know. But Fight has expanded, though. The problem with this is that he is at an army disadvantage right now. Check resources real quickly. He's like 13 behind. That's big, considering they're only at 61 and 48 supply. So if obviously spending more minerals, thus getting this base up, isn't quite earned its money back yet. If he can hold on, he's good. But if Voices can do a good timing, but looks like he's expanding as well, so never mind. Oh well, both players going 2 base. Yeah.
And yeah, and this is it's a good choice from Voices. I think he obviously thinks that he's obviously, as you said in one of the previous games, that the player who chooses to expand in response is comfortable in his macro as well. And Voices definitely is comfortable in his macro. It's one of his most proud aspects of his playstyle.
But we have a drop in the main here. 3 medivacs full of units just dropping right here. Wow, Vikings are out. He's going to lose one of the Vikings. Wow, loses pretty much a full medivac there.
There was a tank in there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa!
And he picked up a tank.
Oh wow, he picked up a tank and lost the medivac. So that Voice is now in a terrible position as far as that goes. This could have been so much better, but he's still killing a lot of stuff though. He can siege up, deciding, I don't want to siege. That's fine. What's with Voices and not sieging? Is his E key broken? Seriously. There he goes, finally.
Here he goes now.
Bit too late though, I think. Yeah, he's going to lose this, obviously. Done a bit of damage, lost the tank. Let's check the supplies and everything after all that. Income tab real quickly. He did lose quite a few SCVs. He's down about 6 or 7. Resources though, still behind on supply as well. So despite Voices kind of fumbling that a bit. I don't know.
And looking at the units lost tab, he's won in that regard. He's lost 28,000 minerals worth of resources, and Fight's 3,100. So he's also lost only half of his units as well.
But yeah, Fight pushing forward here. He's got 2 tanks, 4 Marines. I don't think this is the right call. He's going to get demolished here. He's going to kill at least a Viking. I'll give him that. He's going to get a few Marines. He has sieged up. Gets a few Marines, but really, it's so hard to push. The better choice is, once you hold off something like that, just take another base. Voices here is just, honestly, I reckon his macro is just better. He's able to build more stuff because he's better at the game. Is that fair to say, you think?
Absolutely. He's a very experienced player. He's been playing the game he's been playing Brood War for a very long time. And like I said earlier, macro is it's his strongest point of his playstyle. So, yeah, absolutely a good point.
I'm curious what Voices is going to do from here. Obviously, he can just sit here and max up to 200, but he did move up to this gold, maybe scouting it. I was going to say he might be looking to take that soon, but he has pulled back, so I don't think he's going to do that anytime soon. Drop coming though. Looks like Fight. It's got 2 medivacs, 2 tanks, 7 Marines. See if he can do a bit of damage here, but a sensor tower is up. He knows it's there.
Oh, I love this play.
But there's nothing anywhere near that. Like, An SCV, oh my god.
I don't think he's noticed it.
He has to have noticed it. He's moving now, but this is going to do a bit of damage. He actually sieges up straight away. SCV's coming in. Yeah. We're going to take a bit of damage here. He's probably going to lose his drop, obviously, but going to do quite a bit. Wow, actually, he's doing way too much damage, I think. He lost a lot. Voices lost a lot of Marines, but just has a lot of tanks to back that up there. He has got missile turrets up now to deny that. He's got the sensor tower as well. Surprised he didn't spot that sooner, though.
Yeah, I agree. The sensor tower is there for the whole reason to deny that sort of thing from happening, and it's kind of ironic that as soon as it goes up, he gets dropped. But Fight is now ahead in worker count after that. Also
expanding as well. But Voice is doing a good timing push here. I like this push. His opponent has expanded, spent the money. Does he know he's expanded? No, he doesn't actually know this. This is a blind. Good job by him, but he didn't know he was doing a good job. But here's the siege in this little spot I was talking about. Getting a missile turret there too. Wins the Viking battle straight away. There you go, siege up. And look at this position he's got now. This is a great position here. So hard to attack into this. His Vikings give him sight and vision. And range, obviously, for tanks. Tanks cannot see quite as far as they can shoot. So having those Vikings there is great. But here comes the Stim. Taking a lot of shots from only one tank at the front, though. Might be able to hold this, actually. 4 tank siege up here. It's 4 against 4 here. 1 Helion coming forward. In fact, wow, Voices might actually hold. I think he's going to hold this. Well, sorry, not hold this, but actually push forward. There's the GG.
GG.
Wow. So, like I was talking about at the start of the game, that position there is such a great position because you can shoot stuff in the main and it just forces your opponent to react.